Genghis Khan, a name that once made empires tremble, a man born from nothing, who rose to rule the known world through fire, fear, and fury. But behind his legend, behind the tales of victory, lies a darkness that history often hides. Because what he did to his enemies and their wives wasn't just conquest. It was psychological warfare designed to break civilizations from within. Music swells, drums intensify. Today, we uncover the terrifying truth of what Genghis Khan did to enemy wives, and how it helped forge the largest empire the world has ever seen. Segment 1. The World Before the Storm. In the 12th century, the world saw a boy named Temujin, abandoned, enslaved, betrayed. His father was poisoned. His tribe cast him out. He learned early that mercy was a weakness, and survival meant domination. From the windswept steppes of Mongolia, Temujin built loyalty not through blood, but through fear and promise. He united the fractured Mongol clans, tribes who had been at war for generations, under one banner, the banner of Genghis Khan, universal ruler. But the world beyond the steppe wasn't ready for what was coming. Segment 2. The Method of Fear. Genghis Khan didn't just conquer cities, he erased them. He turned fear into a weapon sharper than any sword. When cities resisted, he ordered every man killed, children executed, and the women, they were taken, not just as captives, but as symbols of power. To the Mongols, taking the wives and daughters of defeated rulers was a declaration. You have no legacy. Your bloodline ends here. It was psychological annihilation, a message that said, defy me and your world will vanish. Segment 3. The women of the conquered historical records from Persia, China, and the Islamic world tell chilling stories. After the fall of Bukhara, Genghis Khan gathered the city's elite. He stood before them and said, if you had not committed great sins, God would not have sent a punishment like me upon you. Then, his soldiers ransacked the city. The women of the nobles, those who once lived in silk, were handed to Mongol generals. Their husbands lay dead, their cities burned, their names erased. In Khwarezmia, after Shah Muhammad's empire defied him, Genghis unleashed devastation, unlike anything the world had seen. Tens of thousands of women were enslaved, taken as trophies, scattered across the empire, from the Caspian to the Pacific. They became the living reminders of Mongol supremacy, forced to bear children of their conquerors. And in doing so, Genghis Khan didn't just destroy his enemies. He absorbed them. Their blood became Mongol blood, their future erased and rewritten. Segment 4. The Bloodline of a Conqueror. Centuries later, scientists made a discovery that stunned the world. A study of DNA across Asia revealed that nearly 16 million men alive today share a common Y chromosome, tracing back to one man who lived around 800 years ago. That man? Genghis Khan. The conqueror's empire of terror wasn't just military, it was biological. By claiming the wives of his enemies, Genghis spread his lineage across continents. Each woman he took, each child born from conquest, became part of a legacy of domination written into the human genome. Segment 5. The Justification of Conquest. To his followers, this wasn't cruelty, it was destiny. Genghis Khan believed he was chosen by the eternal sky, the Tengri, to rule the earth. Those who resisted him defied divine will. And so, in his mind, their women were part of the spoils ordained by heaven. But to the conquered, his arrival meant annihilation. Entire dynasties were wiped from memory. Queens and princesses vanished into the Mongol horde, their names never written again. Some, like Yasui Khatun, one of Genghis's later wives, came from defeated tribes, women taken by force but who later rose in power within his empire. They became both victims and instruments of empire, symbols of how conquest consumed everything it touched. Segment 6. The legacy of terror. Even centuries later, the stories of Genghis Khan's wrath remain whispered in fear. Cities like Nishapur, where he ordered entire populations slaughtered after his son-in-law's death. Legends claim that for days, Mongol soldiers piled the skulls of men, women, and children into pyramids. To many, Genghis was a monster. To others, a genius who forged order from chaos. But one truth remains. His empire was built not just by the sword, but by breaking the spirit of every nation he conquered. And for the women left behind, there was no victory, no peace, no song, only silence and survival. The shadow of Genghis Khan, 9/10. 800 years later, his shadow still looms. Empires rise and fall, but the scars of conquest never fade. Behind every legend of greatness lies a trail of tears history seldom tells. Genghis Khan didn't just shape nations, he reshaped humanity itself, through fear, through blood, through the lives of those who never chose to be part of his empire. Because sometimes the most terrifying empires aren't built on power alone, but on the broken souls left in their wake. Subscribe for more if you dare.